Hello guys, welcome to the first episode of Whisky Wednesdays, where we'll be mixing a little bit of chisme and a little bit of knowledge to make you a better agent. And we'll get started with today's topic. Oh, by the way, this is not real coaching. This is just me sharing my experience with you. And I understand that if you've been in real estate for 30 seconds, you join a brokerage and you gave yourself the title of real estate entrepreneur or a real estate leader, I know you get to call yourself a coach. You get to start coaching and charging people for that. But I'm going to give it to you for free. And this is just me sharing information with you guys. So let's get started in today's topic, which is pre-leasing in commercial real estate. So this goes out to all the residential agents and all the newer commercial agents. Pre-leasing is basically just signing a lease for something that hasn't been built yet. For example, you go to a shopping center or you go to a location and your client wants to be in that general area, but there's no spots available to lease, but there is a land that says coming soon or this or that coming soon, right? So then you go over there, you talk to the agent, and they'll tell you, hey, we're actually pre-leasing. We're going to have 5,000 square feet available. These are the rates, blah, blah, blah. And then you look into it. So the way that works is you still sign a lease. You're still going to sign a 3, 5, 10-year lease on that property, just depending on the property type or the asset class. And there's benefits and cons to that. So we'll start with the benefits. So the benefits are, if nobody else has signed a lease there, your client gets to choose where they want to be. Most clients, depending on their business, they like to be on the end caps, which is either on the far left or the far right, and they don't want to be in the middle. Why? Because if, for example, if they have a restaurant or a drive-through concept, they need those drive-throughs, and that can only be put on the edges, correct? So that's a benefit. So you'll be able to find that location that works for them, that property that works for them, and it'll be easier. A con to that is, since it hasn't been built yet, it's going to take 9 months, maybe a year, maybe longer, depending on how fast it leases out. Because the majority of these properties still need to get financed by a bank, and a bank will not finance it unless the majority of it has been leased out. So if time is of the essence for your client, they will definitely, it may not work for them. That's what I'm saying. It may not work. But if they're patient and they want the location, then they can definitely wait, have it built out to their specs. They'll get the location that they want, and things will be good. Another con is pricing might be a little bit higher because they're building it brand new, so you're paying those premium prices. That's just normal, guys. If something's brand new, it's going to cost more than something that's been around for a while. So that's pre-leasing in a nutshell. We do have a property in Burleson that we are currently pre-leasing. It's about 4,500 square feet. So if you have a client or you know anybody that needs to get a location in Burleson, make sure you reach out to us and we'll be more than glad to help you out. Y'all have a good week. I'll see you next week for episode 2. And I promise these episodes will be longer. Hopefully they'll be longer than your love life. Later.